Martin Luther King Jr., Muhammad Ali, Malcolm X, Sidney Poitier, Johnnie Cochran, on the streets, in the ring, in cinemas and courtrooms. These men made, shaped, and changed the course of history in the 20th century. They'll live forever in our national memory. That's their legacy. Generations of Americans think of them almost as family. That's their gift. For Bernice King, Rasheda Ali, Attallah Shabazz, Sherri Poitier, and Tiffany Cochran, these idols and icons are family.
To be able to sit and just chat about our fathers, I've never had an opportunity like this.
I mean, you're right, because, you know, he was just my daddy, you know.
Do you call your dad daddy too? Do you say daddy? Do you say daddy? Me too.
He would literally sit you down and speak to you to a point that you would want to say, please give me a spanking.
Many people don't know that I watched my father's funeral from her parents' master bedroom.
It's all about family.
I'm Don Lemon. I've been privileged to get to know 5 remarkable daughters, remarkable women, and over the next hour, you will too. You'll see history through the eyes and hearts of women who saw it up close.
Love whom they will and hate whom they will.
I think like all of us, in the heyday of my dad's career particularly, I was very young.
For me, I never was really aware of all that was going on.
We were babies. We were young.
We were young.
Very young.
And see why each of these fathers, in the eyes of these daughters, is the greatest of all time.
I'm young, I'm handsome, I'm fast, I'm pretty, and can't possibly be beat.
Primarily because there was an energy in America that made it possible.
Well, and show black people how to do something, to stand on our own feet and solve our own problems.
But I say unto you, love your enemies.
It makes no sense. It doesn't fit. If it doesn't fit, you must acquit. Good time, y'all.
I've been looking forward to this day for so long. I mean, I think it's a blessing because I know how much I love my father, and I can only imagine the love they have. I mean, it's a special bond between a father and his daughter.
So this is a first.
Hello. How are you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good.
Bernice King, Rasheda Ali, Tiffany Cochran had never been in the same place at the same time before the 4 of us met for breakfast at Tiffany's house just outside Atlanta.
You're so down to earth. It's something, you know, when you think you're going to meet Johnnie Cochran's daughter, you think, oh, well, you know, she's going to be, do you think people have that perception of you initially?
I think they do, but I am definitely the spitting image of my dad. He could talk to anyone. He loved people. I mean, I always tell people, walking through an airport with him is an adventure because he has to stop and talk to every so he never made a plane because he's always like, hey, how you doing? He would sign autographs, take pictures, and I got that from him.
You are, you know, here talking about the very human side of your father, but to a lot of people, you know, he was the guy on television. He was the guy that, you know, set O.J. free, who, you know, people say was guilty.
We, the jury, in the above entitled action, find the defendant, Orenthal James Simpson, not guilty of the crime of murder.
Everyone remembers when the verdict came down. It was a very polarizing thing. People thought African Americans were cheering, but what they didn't understand is they were cheering the fact that a justice system they felt had let them down had worked in the sense that this man went to trial and a jury acquitted him in that sense. And the fact that for the first time, we were able to see a man who was very good in the courtroom.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen.
He had a brilliant legal mind, and he was able to do his job and do it well. And I think that's where the cheering came from.
Do you really understand what your fathers gave not only to America but to the world? Do you, Rasheda, understand that?
I have to look at videos, and I have to look at film footage of my dad, not just in the ring, but also kind of how he interacted with Martin Luther King and with Malcolm X and with Johnnie Cochran.